From the Detroit Free Press, it's Thursday, March 4th. Here are today's top stories.
Presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bush's.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. Michiganders 50 and older with underlying health conditions such as diabetes or cancer, heart disease, or obesity can get COVID-19 vaccines starting Monday. Governor Gretchen Whitmer announced Wednesday that people with disabilities also will be eligible for vaccines starting next week, as are family members and guardians who care for children with special health needs. The expanding vaccine eligibility comes as the state is getting its biggest shipment of COVID-19 vaccines so far in the pandemic. Nearly 500,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines are headed to Michigan this week, thanks to a boost from Johnson & Johnson. President Joe Biden announced that Merck will help Johnson & Johnson produce more vaccines quicker, allowing the federal government to manufacture enough doses to vaccinate all adult Americans by the end of May. Since December, Michigan has gotten 2.9 million doses of coronavirus vaccines and has injected nearly 2.3 million doses into arms, according to state data. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. As the cases against 14 men accused of plotting to harm Governor Gretchen Whitmer make their way through the courts, Wednesday's probable cause hearing in Jackson for 3 of them offers clues to what the prosecution and defense could argue at trial. In Jackson County's 12th District Court, the prosecution laid out a case against the 3 defendants with testimony from an FBI agent who cast the men, Pete Musico, Joseph Morrison, and Paul Billar, as domestic terrorists intent on recruiting others to their cause, which went far beyond protests. The defense attorneys, who carried several thick binders of documents into the courtroom, attempted to knock down any assertion that the men were terrorists, and in the first of 3 cross-examinations, suggested that despite online chatter and talk, nothing really happened. The live-streamed hearing will determine whether the case goes to trial in circuit court and gives a window into what is likely to unfold in the other cases. 6 were charged in federal court, and 5 more are in state court in Antrim County. Federal agents announced in October they thwarted a conspiracy to kidnap and harm Whitmer that included visits to her northern Michigan home and training with guns and explosives. The cases are likely to be watched even closer now as they wind through the courts after a mob stormed the U.S. Capitol in early January, heightening concerns about domestic terrorism. Still, legal experts say domestic terrorism cases can be challenging to prove, and in these cases, like the lawyers successfully did in the 2010 Hutari militia case, the defense may argue that extremist ideas are not the same as extremist acts.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. Andrew Frick, Ford Vice President of Sales, emailed 4,500 Mustang Mach-E customers saying there would be another delivery delay. The quality check delay will last up to 30 days, though the team at Ford is working to reduce that time. The company declined to say what was being reviewed and how soon the vehicles might be delivered. Ford said quality is its top priority. In exchange for the inconvenience, Ford will provide free charging on the vehicle when it is delivered and is offering up to $1,000 or the first month's car payment for customers who are especially inconvenienced. Go to freep.com for additional details.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, and good news for the fans of the teams occupying Little Caesars Arena. Both the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Pistons announced on Wednesday that they will host 750 fans for their next home games and going forward. This in accordance with the state's new eased restrictions allowing more people to attend sporting events. The Pistons' next home game is next Thursday against the Toronto Raptors. Tickets for that game go on sale at 10 a.m. today. There isn't any new information yet on how the Red Wings will sell tickets. The state's new ruling doesn't impact tonight's Michigan State versus Michigan basketball game in Ann Arbor. The Big Ten has not allowed for ticket-paying customers to attend games this season. Alas, the best way to catch the Wolverines and Spartans tonight is via ESPN. And if you don't see tonight's game, don't worry. They play again on Sunday in East Lansing.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.